dude, I can't justify spending another $140 a month on top of all the other bills I have right now. You know,
really?
Yeah.
You can drop like 70 a night at a bar.
I don't drop 70 a night, though. You know, maybe once in a while, Bill.
I thought you were a big scotch drinker.
I am, Bill. You know, I like a little scotch. Maybe it's
Not that big a deal.
Years for me jumping up to the apartment, my rent, you know, double what I was used to, and I just start paying phone and all that stuff on my own. So, you know, I'm just a little hesitant with the cable right now. I'm gonna get it.
Did you ever end up getting a New Year's gift, by the way?
Yep.
Yeah, last time you did this show, you took a nice hour-long Sunday.
I did. I got a break for Louis C.K. You didn't get a break for that. No, it was great. I'm serious. Where? I work with Louis C.K. in North Carolina.
What's the name of the place? What's Louis C.K.?
Apparently good. The money
I intercepted some material communication. Your reputation is growing.
Was there fear in there?
Quite a bit, yes.
Good. How are you feeling?
My girlfriend's in the studio today, everybody.
Yeah, no, we heard you arguing right before the big show here.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know how to have a girlfriend. I don't know what you're allowed to say, apparently, and like the appropriate things to say. And
that's the nicest way of saying I'm a fucking asshole.
Well, I don't know what to do. Tell me, do you think this is a shitty thing to say? I was
You're supposed to be in the kitchen.
working on a chick
We'll meet up with them later.
about some chicks in New York, about how
Let's start Cordova and I will wait for
By the way, so you have someone to run the
Go speak
box.
with you.
You can't run jokes by on another comedian.
Yeah, so I just, I was saying, I said, look, I thought it was a funny premise for a joke about how they have these, like, really hot girls in New York that are so hot, these model chicks, they're, like, so detached, they look like they're sleepwalking. They almost look like they're sick or something, you know? And as soon as I said that these really hot girls, she was like, yeah, well, and I was like, what, are you mad that I said hot girl?
Yeah,
And she's like, well, yeah, maybe I'm not the best person to try to joke about it. And I was like, but I go, sweetie, you can't tell me that you think I'm the hottest guy on earth. You don't. If you put me next to Brad Pitt, you could say, Brad Pitt's hotter than you, without question. Physically, he's hotter than you.
I don't think you had to go all the way up to Brad Pitt. I really don't. I think you think the average guy at a New York sports club.
Well, I'm just trying to make an example, Bill, that, I don't know. I don't think that's that bad. I don't think, that's what kills the women, is they act like...
Well, you get pissed if she does that? If she sees like one of these guys on TV and starts taking his shirt off?
dude.
And she just goes, God damn.
Dude, when Jimmy Eat World comes on the TV, I mean, it's like a fucking slip and slide in the living room. The streams are flowing, and
That doesn't annoy you?
no. I think they stink, but I realize that there are guys on this planet that are fucking by the typical definition of hotter than me. Doesn't mean I want to date the other girls or she wants to date the other guys. I want to date her, but
I'm just saying she's not as good looking as some of these other broads coming down the street.
That's not what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like it's like, come on.
No, I understand it on a certain level because I've had girlfriends look at like guys on TV and it bugs me sometimes. I gotta admit, I know they're in better shape, but it's like you know what it shows? There's a lack of respect there. Where it's like I know you want to ride the guy. I don't need to hear about it. Go call your friends.
Do you think? But I mean, with that being said, so you clearly think that there are men on this planet well, technically he's more attractive than Billy, but I love Billy. I think Billy shouldn't say all that. I know, but I'm saying if you never get me
completely ripped. He didn't he's completely ripped. And he came on the TV and he just squeezed my arm like he was going to pass out. And I almost fucking gave him an elbow.
Okay, well that's not what I did.
What, he elbowing my woman?
No, yes.
He was talking about how much house and wrapping her up in a blanket. Jesus Christ.
All right,
comes too.
Okay. Listen.
When was the last time you thought about that? Last time you thought about just winding up and just belting a member of the opposite sex? Is there like a special glove where you wouldn't hurt him? So you can still get like the anger out?
Like one of those silicone things that you put over the Wii controller.
Yeah, what are those fists that they give like those little 5-year-old kids so they can have like a fight. You know what I mean? Those big Hulk hands. You should be able to do. Lady, I tell you, dude, shut your face. I'm taking out the Hulk hands.
I looked around the room and I found this ball, so what you need to do is see this ball.
That is what I mean. How much exploits necessary? How close to how are you level master from apprentice? Oh my god.
Just keep trying. It's not like Brother Ormai is to break contact.
We don't have much time. There are too many first flavors.
Cal Kestis.
Baldi.
Welcome to Jedi. I knew the storm wouldn't deter you.
Super
Rebuilding the temple archives.
We're trying. As long as this knowledge remains, the legacy of the Jedi.
Oh, it's just DNA code. DNA code.
But something tells me there's more to this than just hollow books.
Yes. We're part of a network known as the Hidden Path. We provide safe passage and new identities to those who have been persecuted by the Empire.
Hunted by the Empire, like Jedi survivors?
Very few of us remain. But yes, and Force sensitives, and those who help them.
What do you mean, tell me?
You never asked. Besides, I hear you've been busy getting yourself in.
I wanted to approach the gods who are in person. I can't resist. Something hard.
Chose a hard path.
It has made a difference.
Well, while the Empire's trained its eyes on you, you've been able to build a network, find allies, and save lives.
You left. Or you just given up? What's wrong?
Cal, you were just a child when they sent you off to war. There was a time when I remember that Jedi were more than just weapons. But we both have our roles to play in this struggle.
But that's why I'm here. Seer.
Will you get a load of this? Hey, here, you can't say it ain't true to personality.
Well, it's good to see you two So, how was your time in the desert?
The storm covered our tracks, but the Empire destroyed one of your speeders.
It's a small price to pay for everybody's safe arrival. And who's this?
This is Bodo Kuna. He's a friend.
It's so nice to finally meet you.
There's up to trouble. Hey, we're all together. Huh?
Yes. Now, what brings you all to Jedi?
We're searching for a lost planet. Tanalorr, you ever heard of it?
It's on the other side of a deadly nebula called the Kobo Abyss.
Well, our archives are far from complete, but I'm sure Master Cordova's up to the task.
With pleasure. The trouble is, we're not the only ones looking for this place.
I knew this was sounding too easy.
The guy's name is Dagan Gera. He was a Jedi. Now he leads a band of raiders in the Outer Rim. There's no temple there. Dagan intends to reclaim it.
A Jedi temple out of the reach of the Empire could mean that there's information there we don't have.
I believe I have something for you to guide me.
visiting a laboratory on its moon.
Okay, we'll check him out.
If you find anything, bring it to me. I am happy to assist further.
Thank you. Both of you.
You're welcome, Hal. I hope you find what you're searching for.
May the Force be with you.
And with you.
I will escort you back to the Mantis.
So you're not joining us?
I cannot.
Hey, Cal, hold up. I've had this since I started freelancing. It's gotten me out of some bad situations, and I figured it might do the same for you. It's Marin, right? Well, I could get another one if you think you might.
No need.
Yeah, you're good. Okay.
Master always found about using blasters.
Human said it wasn't a weapon that makes you a Jedi.
It's us against the galaxy, Cal. We've got to use every advantage we can find against the Empire.
Thanks, brother.
No. I'm sure how to use it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Blaster stance acquired.
A real stormtrooper won't stay still.
Gotta start somewhere. There you go.
Not bad, Jedi. I do not have the Force here.
Relax, Cal. Just concentrate and pull the trigger.
Both of them like stormtroopers.
Nice. Oh, he's fine for nice. Oh, no, no. Oh, fy fan. Nei, vent. Det eneste Ja, sånn, ja. Ja, yes.
So where are we headed first? Back to Kobo or its moon?
Let's hit the moon laboratory first.
All right. Maybe we can find something there to help us cross the abyss. This is a smart operation Sears put together.
Why do you say that?
All this rock? Natural shielding against sensors.
Yeah, and if anyone makes it past all that, the anchorites have plenty of hollow books to throw at them.
You can see how Sears managed to evade the Empire for so long. She makes her own luck, keeping so much of her power held back to achieve a larger goal.
Yeah, there's definitely more to her than meets the eye. You two have that in common.
Ready to roll up when you are.
It's nice seeing you again, Mary.
You too, Carl. Good luck. Perhaps I'll see you here in your time.
Okay, so next.
Shattered moon it is. Maybe those anchorites aren't so bad after all. That was before Sear told me they're helping those poor refugees hide from the Empire. Now, working with the group for over hidden path. You know, I have to help, so keep it in the family.
Understood. Seems like you got a nice crew. Or
Do I? So, Cordova thinks we'll find out how to cross the abyss by tracking down Dagon's launch?
that's right. You know anything about this laboratory?
What am I, a tour guide? I'm a busy lieutenant. No time to visit broken moons. First Jedi on this. Believe me, moons are nothing but trouble.
Jedi's a moon. Had no idea.
Arriving at our destination. Sorry.
Good?
Yeah, just a smidge rusty. You?
I'm a little restless, but we'll be fine.
Listen to you, Mr. Optimistic. Hey, you want to do me a favor? Cut it out. You're giving me a stomachache.
Sure it's not your cooking?
What was that?
We're almost there. Hopeless the moon's haunted. Now, where should we go next?
They couldn't have put this laboratory in a sunnier place?
No kidding. If we find something here that'll help us navigate the Kobo Abyss, so be it.
The way Grease tells it, the abyss is a ship graveyard. And now we're on a lunar graveyard.
A lot of graveyards. A lot of graveyards.
I'm on watch here. So far, I've spotted one that isn't terrible.
Say the Force Array, just on a much grander scale. This is cream written all over it.
Oh my god! Spaceport ruler! Holy my god! Knights of the Old Republic's tool! Martin! Wow! That is for tits and Indy white rock!
Okay, so not that way. Expect to see this place operational after all this time. Stay alert. We need to find that lab.
Jedi long jump.
Excuse me. Sectors 5 through 9 inoperable. Sectors 1 through 4 operational. Facility status activated. Array status deactivated.
Det han här var det. Hold to block most enemy, but attack to parry.
So the Republic built a facility here to do what exactly?
Must have something to do with the research on Kobo.
Seems like they left in a hurry. Good thing, too. If they hadn't, there might not be any meats to chase.
You want to come with?
I should stay here, make sure the Mantis is safe. Don't want to get stranded here, you know? Besides, I think Grease could use the company. This place is a hell of a sight. And I've got no doubt it's crawling with nasties.
Searching for something. Greetings.
Where's your strength?
Waiting for us. Bad feeling? Yeah, me too.
Stop getting destroyed!
They really don't want us looking around, do they?
Okay, I'll look. Well done.
Need to slice this.
Hostile spotted. Okay.
You spot that crater as we were coming in? Well, crater is putting it lightly. Can't imagine what it must have been like to be here when the moon was destroyed. What a waste.
Okay, let's go. What's the reading?
Not holding. We'll need to reinforce the chamber again.